Hello, my name is Natacha Poggio. I'm an associate professor of design at the University of Houston downtown, and this is the Bayou at your doorstep. This is a case study that demonstrates the power of integrating environmental education into design curricula, engaging students in real-world solutions, empowering them to share their explorations and knowledge with the broader community. Wicked problems are complex issues with no clear solutions, often involving multiple stakeholders with conflicting interests. In environmental issues, wicked problems are particularly challenging because they are deeply interconnected with social, economic, and political factors. Here are some examples of wicked problems like climate change, plastic pollution, biodiversity loss, the benefit between nature and urbanization, and energy transition, for example. The challenge for this project was to address wicked problems while teaching an introductory graphic design course, where students were tasked with visualizing the environmental, emotional, and developmental importance of Houston Bayous for community well-being. Through the Bayou at Your Doorstep project, they applied their storytelling and visual design skills to create original illustrations that reflect the crucial role these waterways play in the community, while also addressing the negative effects of pollution. This is Houston, a resilient city. Houston is a coastal city situated along the Gulf of Mexico coastal plain. The Port of Houston is one of the busiest seaports in the world. Houston is also the fourth largest city in the United States, and the metropolitan area is home to over 6 million people. Houston is one of the most racially diverse places in the US. Houston landscape is defined by the meandering systems of 22 bayous that weave through the region. These are central to Houston's identity as the Bayou City. They are a source of recreation and joy, but also a source of great fear when floodwaters exceed their banks and flood Houstonians. Living safely with water and embracing the roles of bayous is very important for improving physical, environmental, and economic resilience. Most of Houstonians, we know that it is not a matter of if, but when another flood will come. So resilience is very important, and we need to prepare for and adapt for this new normal. For this project, students use the method of visual ethnography to study Houston bayous, and they combine photography, video, and observational sketches to document their ecological, social, and cultural dimensions. We look at three lenses. The first is the human interaction and recreation, where the focus was on the bayous as public space and social interactions by people who enjoy the bayous at the different times of the day. Students took observational notes, candid photography, and sketches. And here you can see some of the process. And in this one slide, you can see some of the images with the diverse levels of skills for the students. The second lens was the wildlife and biodiversity study. Using close-up photography and ecological sketching, students try to understand how urbanization is affecting biodiversity in Houston waterways. And they look at native and invasive species and insects, pollinators, fish, plants, etc. Here you can see some of the wildlife the students decide to portray. The third lens is the pollution and waste mapping. The students look at the impact of plastic waste and illegal dumping on the bayous. Through photography and also identifying pollution hotspots in the bayous, they documented using sketching, Google Maps, and photos. Students concentrated a lot on showing the importance of collecting the trash and stop using single-use plastics. This project was part of a service learning assignment, and as a high impact learning, the students were able to see their design concepts evolve from the screen to real world structures. The class involved, this was the third assignment in the class, and the students were able to create illustrations to communicate environmental issues to a broad audience without having like much more knowledge from the beginning of the semester. They show that develop an understanding of design principles, of visual storytelling, and an environmental literacy. The project culminated at Earth Day Houston, which is an event organized by Discovery Green. One of the strategies was to use a limited color palette to create a unified vision for each student. So their graphics will be memorable and cohesive. They will show direct attention to the issues they're trying to portray. And with fewer colors, the students were able to create or evoke moods and emotions to reinforce the message of the Bayou's importance in the community. Here you can see some of the students posing in front of their designs. The other strategy was to align with current initiatives. One is the Zero Waste Ambassadors. This is a program where students, volunteers, they help collect the trash and divert it so nothing goes to the landfill. And it was a successful event, and we got funding to produce the artworks as well as t-shirts for the volunteers. Jorge Frascara has written about sustainability and the importance it has on education. He says that it must become part of every design process, and schools will have an important role to play in the formation of new generation of designers. I hope you join me in integrating sustainability in your design curricula. Thank you very much.